Come on, let's see what we do.
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I just watched the Silent Hill 2 gameplay trailer, and I gotta say, it's got me fucking keen for Silent Hill 2, eh? Like, the game's got either a Last of Us 2 remastered dodge, where you press L2 when the enemy's about to strike, and you can press a direction, but it doesn't really matter, it just automatically does a dodge. Which is like one of the best, third-person shooter melee game mechanics ever. Like, I will stand by Last of Us 2 Remastered. Combat is some of the best combat in any video game, straight up. But it also might just be like, Callisto Protocol, where you just hold either left or right, and it sort of does the dodge, and you've got to alternate as the enemy swing sort of deal. Like, it might be like Callisto as well. But either way, like, that's something the Silent Hill combat needed. Like, Silent Hill combat's always been kind of fucking dog shit, right? Like, that's part by design, and I get all these fucking, allegedly, pro-classic people, and they always say, oh no, the combat's meant to be shit in Silent Hill because he's only a dude, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, but like, you guys are also the guys that like fucking tank controls, and tank controls are fucking dog shit, even though I can see the need for them mechanically in like fixed camera angle games, right? But like, okay, so you want to play something that's deliberately painful to play. How about fucking no? How about we have combat that's cool and it will add to the experience in addition to the good story? And like, I'm gonna get into why Silent Hill's so good. It's character arcs. Yeah, we'll just head straight into it. Like, in addition to like the gameplay in the trailer, which looks really good, I'm actually like very excited for like just the story as well. The story is like one of those true classic stories. It like blends a ton of like elements together, right? Like horror, mystery, characters, character development, like all pretty perfectly. Like, it even blends the horror elements of like just straight up enemy type, like metaphorical enemy type, to the character development of the main characters, and like that's pretty cool. Like, not many games have like well thought out, well designed enemy types directly about a protagonist's like psychological, I'm not sure if you'd call it failures or flaws within the plot. Like for example, like the enemy design of the big-breasted yet faceless cleavage nurses is like James' lust for them due to his like cancered-up wife causing a dry spell for him, and like that's just one enemy type, like designed perfectly around an aspect of James's arc in Silent Hill 2. Like, it's based around the guilt, the emotion of his character arc itself. The game looks great as well. It's like updated graphics too, like the miserable purgatory like town, obviously the monster designs and the gore. But yeah, like the combat system, it appears to have like not only a dodge, but a enemy stun mechanic where you can like stun them with firearms by shooting them certain places and follow up with melee attacks. Like, it seems to have built off either a Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 4 Remake system, or even just like a Last of Us system, because like in Last of Us you can shoot enemies in the legs and take them hostages and stuff like that, or follow up with like a one-hit melee attack. Here it appears you can at least shoot nurses in like the legs and then follow up with like pipe combat. And obviously, Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 1 have a bunch of different melee weapons like pipes, axes, picks, all that sort of thing. It's just going to be like, it's got me keen for it, just the combat. Like, like Silent Hill 2, like as a series, has been fucking really hit or miss, right? This update seems to be giving it like the Resident Evil 2 remake treatment of it almost, where it's like it's gonna meet expectations then blow past expectations, like just with the quality and like the different gameplay elements and all sorts of stuff. Like I'm actually really keen for it because like, you know, all the other combat and all the other Silent Hills is pretty much dog shit, apart from somewhere you can do for some reason stupid, you know, fucking melee combos with spinning attacks in the fourth hit of the combo, and like, okay, you can have a melee combo without making a stupid spin move. That's just like fucking breaks all immersion, breaks all tension, breaks suspends all disbelief, right? Because fucking not even like some sort of combat veteran's gonna do like a fucking spin move to finish off a fucking monster in a Silent Hill game. But like, yeah, it's got me keen for it. Like, that being said, like, you can hit something with a pipe multiple times, like a fucking layman can do that. He'll understand, oh, okay, the one pipe hit didn't do enough, I've got to hit it again with the pipe. And like, yeah, like, that makes sense, right? It doesn't need to be fucking spin move shit, but it, you know, yeah. And like, it looks like the dodge has been incorporated well into the enemy design as well, because like the enemy type, which is just like a emaciated rib cage with like no arms or legs or anything, that spits poison, which is meant to be like symbolic of James's wife wasting away. Like, that's the emaciated rib cage. And the poison it spits is like the harsh words it has for James as she's dying, as she's in pain sort of deal. Like, that's what the enemy design is. But the dodge with that enemy, like, it spits poison like a distance, and the game appears to have a good dodge around that you can actually dodge the projectile with the button prompt or whatever it is. Like, so it'll spit poison or whatever, and then you press like L2 and to the side, and it should dodge the poison theoretically. Unless it's like, of course, the Callisto Protocol dodge, where you just hold the one side and it dodges. But like, either way, it looks like it's got good mechanics. Like, it's probably a bit early to say, but what I saw in that trailer, it's got me fucking hopes up. I reckon it's actually going to be good. I don't think it's going to be like one of these dog shit Silent Hills. I think they're actually going to do a fucking good job with it. Which like brings me to like Dino Crisis and all that, right? Like, they're due for a remake big time. Like, they can do something with Dino Crisis too. I mean, look what they did with like Resident Evil 4 Remake, like incorporating like the parry, and then incorporating not only the parry but also the crouch mechanic to avoid some attacks. And in addition to that, you've also got the evade prompt as well. Like, all of that's really good. And like, updated Dino Crisis and Dino Crisis 2 can, like, the grab attacks like the dinosaurs will be able to do, they'll be able to do some really cool shit with that. Like a fucking Dino Crisis fucking raptor like grab attack where it just fucking scratches the shit out of you with it, like its back claws. Like, they'll be able to do some really cool visceral shit with it. Or like a friggin' grab attack by the T-Rex where it's just like fucking chewing you in its mouth, like shit like that, right? Where it just does like massive damage and it might spit you out and you might live, or it might be like a one-hit kill or whatever. But like that, and like in addition to all their shotgun and grenade launcher stuff, and like even the original game like had like grenade launcher modifications, so you can have like gun modification and stuff in it. You'd be able to have like tranquilizer darts and shit. Like, Dino Crisis is due a remake, and what they will do if they give Dino Crisis like the Resident Evil 2 remake treatment, it will be really fucking cool. And like, they'll be able to like add more shit into it, like fucking different enemy types. Like, they'll be able to do the, what was the bloody spitting lizard from Jurassic Park that fucking fucks up Dennis Nedry? I'll be able to do that one. Yeah, just like all sorts of shit. Like, I'm keen for that. And like, if fucking this Silent Hill 2 remake works out like that, like pretty good, then it should clear the way for like a Dino Crisis 2 remake. Because like the arcade elements in like Dino Crisis 2 were really fun too. Like all the buying new weapons stuff and then upgrading weapon stuff, and the secondary weapons like the machete and like the fucking flame wall or whatever it was called and all that shit. Like all that was cool. Like, and like fucking anti-tank rifle on the fucking big armored bombing knocker dinosaurs and shit. Like that game was fucking really good and really fun to play. It had like great arcade elements which could like fucking stay there as far as I'm concerned. It was a bit like, it had a bit of that that Parasite Eve 2 feel where you kill the enemy to get the currency, so you're basically hunting around the entire stage trying to kill as many enemies as you can, and then you go to the gun shop and you can buy new shit once you but you gotta like save up if you want to get the good like late game weapons. Like for example in Parasite Eve 2 you had like the automatic shotguns and all that sort of thing. But yeah, like fucking keen for it. Like I don't think any of that's gonna be in Silent Hill 2. Like it might have some fucking really lame upgrade mechanics, some like really weak ones, but I can't see them like putting like a ton of weapon upgrade mechanics into Silent Hill. Like James doesn't really know what he's fucking doing. Like, yeah, like they could do like a basic, you know, combined pistol barrel length fucking deal where it just like, it's like Resident Evil 2 Remake, right? Where you can find parts for the gun and then you can just combine them and it gives you like a small boost to the gun. Like you could do something like that, but like using like weapon part currency or some form of currency in-game to upgrade weapons in Silent Hill 2 Remake, like I don't think they'll do that. But like, yeah, like I'm also keen to see what they do with the bosses, because the bosses were like fucking pretty hardcore in Silent Hill 2. Like one of them was like a fucking one of them was like an emaciated like corpse on like a wire spring bed, and it was like symbolic of like James's wife like wasting away on the bed and dying, right? Like that's gonna be a cool design to see updated with good graphics. And like other ones, like there's this second NPC character, I don't know her name, but like the whole point of her is she was like had interfamilial abuse happen to her, and one of the bosses, like I think it was called Flesh Lips or something, it was a fucking weird name, but like it was designed around the familial abuse that woman suffered. Because like Silent Hill seems to be like very metaphorical in like all of its guilt and like how it works. Its like purgatory aspect seems to have like some sort of like religious attritional element to it, where it makes you like suffer what you suffered in life until you're worthy to escape it or whatever. Like that's always been my thoughts on what Silent Hill 2 or well, Silent Hill was, metaphorically speaking. But yeah, like they've got some cool design choices they can make with the boss, and it should get pretty fucking cool and fucked up. But like, who knows what they're gonna do? They might even fucking add bosses, I don't know. And then they've got fucking Eddie, the dude who munches the pizza. I don't know. They could have fucking left him out of it, being honest. He's just kind of fucking like a dipshit with a gun. Like, that might turn into like a pretty cool sort of cat and mouse chase scene, who knows. Like, I've got faith in what they can do with it after what they've, you know, shown us they can do with like Resident Evil 2 Remake and that. Put it that way. I reckon they're going to do a fucking good job with it, and I can't wait to see what they do.
Okay. Okay.
What do we got? Anything? What the hell's going on, people?
Don't see a goddamn thing! No! Ambush! Ambush!
Look out!
Mika! Push in! Keep it up! Jesus! Down! Down! Search this place! Think it came from back there! He's got something. The building! No! Shut up! Up!